ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
According to reports, GPT-4, the foundation for the interface of the popular chatbot, is one of the largest and most sophisticated language models ever constructed. It was trained on 175 billion parameters, or data points, making it one of the most complicated language models ever built. But what about the one that came after it? Will GPT-4 bring about a revolution around the globe, and what kinds of changes may it bring about? We will uncover all of that information in this video, so without further delay, let's get started. Some people believe that GPT-4 will significantly outperform GPT-3, and even more extreme claims have been made, such as the parameter count in the area of 100 trillion, which would open an ICEO. It is no secret, however, that its developer, the artificial intelligence research group OpenAI, is already deep into production on GPT-4, the successor to GPT-3. Despite Sam Altman's vehement denial, which he couched in colorful language, there is still a chance that GPT-4 already exists. To this point, there has been no formal comment from any of us. Nevertheless, it has been postulated that GPT-4 is the version powering the brand new ChatGPT feature in Microsoft's Bing search engine. Even though this came as something of a surprise, this claim is plausible given that the Seattle tech giant just invested $10 billion to become OpenAI's largest single stakeholder. How does GPT-4 compare to earlier incarnations? And does it move artificial intelligence one step closer to being most deep than fire or electricity? This question was posed to Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and he said that nothing official has been released as of this recording, but rumors are rampant across the tech world that GPT-4 is ready for release and will see the light of day outside of OpenAI's research centers this year, according to multiple outlets, including the New York Times. Some even think it's already here in the form of the new Bing Chat feature. The only way to access Bing powered by ChatGPT at the moment is by signing up for a waiting list, but Microsoft has promised to make it available to millions of users by the end of February. Although it is possible that we will have to wait a bit longer if it turns out that this is all hogwash and Bing is actually using either GPT-3 or GPT 3.5, which is an improved version that was released last year. TalkGPT was made available to the general public in late 2022, and shortly thereafter, GPT-3 was made available to the public after undergoing a restricted release to specific paying clients and academic institutions. What would it take to build a robot that can carry on a convincing conversation? Working tirelessly and using powerful computers is the key. ChatGPT in general is a remarkable technological achievement capable of understanding and responding to human language with an uncanny degree of accuracy. When it comes to communicating with humans, ChatGPT in general is a wonderful technological achievement capable of understanding and responding to human language with an uncanny degree of accuracy. The learning process did not end there. In order to guarantee that ChatGPT was really good at talking like a person, its designers put it through rigorous testing and asked people to rate how well it did in a variety of settings. Even with all of this effort put into it, making the GPT was not an easy process. All of this learning and testing was done on a supercomputer, which is a kind of gigantic brain for computers that was able to manage the enormous amounts of data that were involved. In order for the machine to perform at such a high level, a large quantity of energy and computational power is required. Because of the limited memory capacity of even the largest GPUs used to train these systems, it is necessary to have enormous processors operating in parallel. In fact, it needs a huge number of GPUs to run ChatGPT, and the numbers of parameters has been steadily growing with each new addition. GPT-1 had 117 million parameters, GPT-2 had 1.2 billion parameters, and GPT-3 pushed the envelope even farther by having an incredible 175 billion parameters. GPT-4 might not be trained on significantly more data than GPT-3, despite the fact that there have been some wild rumors circulating about GPT-4 being trained on a staggering 100 trillion parameters. However, the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, has categorically denied these rumors, stating that GPT-4's training is complete. This does not imply that we will not witness a considerable rise in size from its predecessor, GPT-3, nor does it rule out the possibility that it will not be significantly larger than GPT-3. This is due to the fact that it is possible that, rather than just providing it with fresh data, efforts will be devoted towards boosting its capability to make use of the information it already possesses. A competitor large language model called Megatron 3 has been trained on significantly more data than GPT-3, but it still falls short of the OpenAI's platform in testing, leading some experts to conclude that size does not necessarily matter when it comes to artificial intelligence. If it were possible to make the algorithm more efficient, GPT-4 and presumably ChatGPT would require fewer resources to function. If it were to achieve as much momentum as the most popular search engines as is projected, this is an essential feature. According to the document, enhanced coding is also on the agenda for GPT-4. The capacity to develop not only human languages, but also computer languages is one of the most striking characteristics of ChatGPT and, by extension, GPT-3. Among the most popular programming languages used for software and online development as well as data analytics are JavaScript, Python, and C++, all of which can readily generate code for earlier versions. This year, it was revealed that OpenAI was trying to hire software developers and programmers, specifically individuals who are adept at utilizing human language to describe the behavior of their technology. This has caused many people to anticipate that future technologies, such as GPT-4, will further advance artificial intelligence and achieve levels of code production that were previously unachievable. This has the potential to improve the usefulness of tools like Microsoft's GitHub Copilot, which uses a modified version of GPT-3 to translate human speech into computer code in a more accurate manner. Nevertheless, graphics are not going to be included in GPT-4's functionality in any way. The next step in the development of generative AI was planned to be an integration of GPT-3's text generation with DALL-E's image protection capabilities. Since it might have the capability to transform data into charts, images, and other visualizations, which is a feature GPT-3 does not have, but Altman disproved that, insisting that GPT-4 model would continue to exist solely in text forms. As a result, GPT-4 will likely let some people down. Amazed by a computer producing poetry, this is something that even Altman has made a point of saying is stupid. When it comes to actually putting it into effect, Altman notes that money and a vast amount of processing power are, of course, necessary to the operation of OpenAI. The New York Times reports that Microsoft is presently in discussions to spend an additional $10 billion in OpenAI, on top of the $3 billion it has already granted the firm. According to the New York Times, the implementation of GPT-4 is expected to take place during the first quarter of 2023. An investor who is familiar with GPT-4 shared their insight. Matt McCowan dropped a few hints that the platform might be able to support multiple models depending on the circumstances. According to Mr. McElwain and 4 other people with knowledge of the effort, OpenAI is working on an even more powerful system called GPT-4, which could be released as soon as this quarter. Built using Microsoft's huge network for computer data centers, the new chatbot could be a system much like ChatGPT that solely generates text, or could juggle images as well as text. Some venture capitalists and Microsoft employees have already seen the service in action, but OpenAI has not yet debuted. Some venture capitalists and employees of Microsoft have already seen the service in action. However, OpenAI has not yet determined whether the new system will be released with capabilities involving images, and OpenAI has remained tight-lipped about the project publicly. OpenAI has also not commented on the project. Because OpenAI isn't making much money right now, and the economy has lowered the value of many of its companies, it remains to be seen how successful GPT-4 will end up being. For the time being, it is certainly attracting the attention it requires. That's all for today. Tell us in the comments what you believe the GPT-4 will be able to do. And don't forget to subscribe for more content, and hit that bell icon. Like and share our videos. Thanks for watching.